Hi, boys and girls. Our next book of the day is Flight School by Lida Judge. Flight School. Leaving South Pole. I was hatched to fly, said Penguin. When do classes start? But you, dear, are a penguin, teacher replied. Undeniable, said Penguin, but I have the soul of an eagle. Teacher and Flamingo weren't so sure, but they let Penguin stay. Flight practice started immediately. Like this flip, flap, flap, and up, up, up. I love these illustrations. This illustrator does such a good job bringing out the adorableness and personalities of these animals. I love it. Penguin and the other birdies practiced for weeks. Look at them. They're so cute. Look at the little ones there. I love them. And then there's Penguin. At last, all the birdies were cleared for their first flight. One by one, they took to the wind. And then it was Penguin's turn. Geronimo! And you could see the worry, the teacher. There goes the others. And there's Penguin. Are you predicting? Are you thinking about what's going to happen next? Are you visualizing that? Kablub. Kablub. Oh, look at the fish. Feel bad. Poor Penguin. And then you can see their faces up there, worried. I'm sorry, Birdie, said teacher. Penguins just aren't built to fly. You can just feel the emotion in all these animals. I think that teaches us a lot about their personalities. And then there's Birdie. Oh, look at that emotion. Does your heart feel that? That's the empathy for our characters. Aw. How can this be true, thought Penguin. In my heart, I live on the wind. But as he watched his classmates fly high above, he knew it was time to go home. Penguin was too heartbroken to even wave goodbye. There he is. Oh. His teachers didn't know what to do. You make a prediction. Oh, look, he turned in his flight goggles. Aw. Then Flamingo had an idea. Wait! What do you think, boys and girls? Mentally in your head, so we're not writing these predictions on a post-it, but we want you doing it inside your head as we are reading to you. Because reading aloud is like reading to you, or you're reading to yourself, so we're still practicing all those good things that readers do. And so then here, Flamingo had an idea. What do you think Flamingo's idea is? And so Penguin turns around. What do you think the idea is? I definitely see some materials, some things that they've gotten out. And I wonder how it goes. You're predicting how it goes? Let's try again. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flap. I love it. Look at him. He sure looks like he is having a grand time. Not only him, but look at the others. I would call that, and I use my schema and think about what this reminds me of. It reminds me of somebody encouraging somebody. Look at them, they have his back. They're like, you can do this. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flap. Do you think he'll do it? Think it'll work? So in your head mentally, before I flip it, think about that, make that prediction. And up, up, up. Go Penguin! Suddenly, Penguin was soaring above the sea in clouds. I love this page. I think it's adorable. Sweet. Suddenly, Penguin was soaring above the sea and the clouds. Look at those friends supporting him. Penguin was right. He did have the soul of an eagle. He just needed a little help with the technical parts. Look at him. It's working. Or worked. Or he's getting that chance and that opportunity to do something he loves to do, but realized he couldn't do it on his own. And look at him. Look how happy they are for him. I love that. He just needed a little help with the technical parts. Even though flamingos looks a little different than the others. I see a little crinkle in the mouth. Makes me think flamingo's a little bit worried. So I wonder if that means something's going to happen. But however he felt inside, he still had the body of a little round. Now I see why Flamingo had that look of worry. What goes up must come down. Here he comes. Oh boy. Penguin! They're there for him. Every single one of them. But Penguin didn't care. He had soared on the wind just as he had done in his dreams. That was one of my favorite pages, readers. Look at all those encouraging looks and smiles, and think of the growth mindset that Penguin demonstrates through this whole story, and how it affected him, but also his friends. That day he left flight school a happy little penguin. Aw, everybody looks a little bit happier. Looks like it was a win-win. They filled his heart and they filled theirs, and he filled theirs. It wasn't long before he came back. What do you think? Why is he back? Flight school, we teach all birds to fly. Why is he back, boys and girls? Why is he back, readers? Are you seeing the clues? See the pattern, the connection? Are you predicting mentally to yourself? Or we call this sometimes an aha moment, where we're like, oh, I see it, I get it. I get what's happening. I understand what the author's showing us. Let's see if we can reveal that aha moment. Let's see. My friend Ostrich has the soul of a swallow. And, oh, weep. Look at Flamingo's face. That same face of worry. But not Penguin. Check his happy, I got this, excited face that he's bringing. What do we know? Let's use our schema. What do we know about ostriches? What are they able to do? What's their strengths? And then what are they not able to do? Oh, the penguin and the ostrich have a lot in common, don't they? There's the aha. The penguin isn't born a natural flyer, and neither is an ostrich. But his friend the ostrich has the soul of a swallow, and that is a bird. So they have in common wanting to fly, and Flamingo's like, oh boy. What do you think Flamingo and the others will do? You have that in your mind? And let's confirm that. Let's see if you predict right. What do you think? How the other flight school animals going to respond to this situation? Now having two animals who are not natural born flyers interested in loving flying in the soul. And guess what? That's the end. So why did it end leaving us like that? Just like in our previous book of the days, as readers, one of the funnest things, a fun thing about reading, is that the authors leave us with questions. They leave us with our very own imaginations to make our own prediction of what we think the characters are going to do next. How do you boys and girls think the rest of the birds react? In the clues, that prediction should be based on what you learned from them in the rest of the story. And let's look back. Look, they didn't give up on Penguin. They came up with ideas together, and they helped support Penguin. Look, even when he fell from the sky. So remember the clues in the story. When stories end, and they kind of leave us with a cliffhanger, which means an ending where it's not answered for us, where the author wants us to take the imagination and the ideas of the story and the ideas of the characters into a second book or into our own prediction. So think to yourself, maybe tell somebody at home or tell us on Seesaw, what do you think is going to happen next?